All right. Excellent. I can see you guys on the other screen. Let's relax a little. Let's start in Balasana, child's pose. You can either use a bolster you can lay on to be gentle. If you want, you can use a block as well. So either you can have a wide knee child's pose, laying down, resting on one cheek, either hands beside the heels or out front. Or if you want to use a block, you can have your knees together for a deeper stretch of your back. You can have a block to support the skull, the forehead. Giving space to your neck. You can have your hands beside your hips or relax the shoulders. And here, just close those eyes. Getting adjusted here. Breathing into the back body. Slowing down that breath. Inhaling all the way down to your tailbone. Slow it down some more. Now counting the seconds of your breath. Is it 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 seconds? Is it 3 to 4? Every inhalation, can you increase it 1 extra second? And you hold it at the very top for a microsecond. And then when you exhale, just as long and lengthy, hold it at the very bottom for a microsecond. Relax the shoulders some more. Breathing fully into our back body, since we tend to guppy breathe. We say women and females tend to breathe in the upper chest, whereas men or male anatomically may breathe more in their belly some more, but we don't. Breathe in our back body. So we're expanding the posterior of our 5 lobes. In synchronicity, you're actually turning off that flight or flight sympathetic nervous system and turning on the parasympathetic, the PMS. Parasympathetic. Yeah. So just PMS, just relaxing the back, breathing in slowly, increasing it 1 extra second. And if your feet cramp up, you can uncramp and tuck your toes and come in and out of this pose anytime. So you are at a resting pose. Anytime you feel like you need a rest, you can rest in this pose. And then here, reaching out those palms out in front if they aren't. You can remove any blocks or bolsters out of the way. Keep reaching, breathing in, getting a nice stretch of the back. Exhale, walking the hands all the way to your far left, grabbing that left palm with the right, crunching your left side body, breathing into your right lung. Exhaling, fully coming back toward the center, reaching. Breathing into lengthen through the spine. Exhale, walk the hands all the way to your far right. Lay that belly on that right lap if possible, crunching that right side body. Breathe into your left lung. Exhaling, fully coming back toward the center. Now walking the knees underneath the hips. Pulling the sit bones back, resting on your forearms here. You can rest on your chin or your forehead, coming into puppy pose, Anahatasana. So heart is Anahata Asana, or playful puppy pose, allowing your heart to melt. You can even get a little bit more deeper into the armpit stretch. You can put your hands together, namaste, and pull it behind the skull, and then pull the sit bones back a little bit more. Breathing into the back body. Allow that heart to melt. And here, dropping the forearms, dropping onto your belly button, resting here in Sphinx. Lifting through the crown, spread those fingers. Coming into that Sphinx pose here. There you can shake your tailbone. And inhale the chin up to the sky. Exhale, dropping the chin to the chest. Your rock ears left and right. Allowing the neck to relax. Stretching into the neck. Shaking your tailbone. Relax the glutes. And then inhaling back to neutral spine. Placing the left arm in front of your mat. Inhale that right arm up to the sky. And then exhale, weave it underneath your left armpit, walking that left hand to the right. Here, relax your heart. Allow your heart to melt. Relax into the crux of your arms, where the universe lays. You're being held by that very thread of your own arms in this universe. Allow your heart to sink. Spread the skin between the shoulder blades. Allow that diamond right between your back to spread open. Call it the brain point in Qigong. It's the opposite of the heart. So you're letting your brain grow. Close those eyes. Allow the shoulders to relax. And then here, inhaling those arms back, elbows back underneath the armpits. Spread those fingers, shake the tailbone. And then lifting up the chin up to the sky, breathing in, exhale, drop the chin to the chest, rock your ears left and right. Inhaling back to neutral spine, right arm across in front of you. Inhale that left arm up to the sky, breathing in. Exhale, weave it underneath your right armpit, walking that right hand to the left. Here again, resting your chin or cheek, maybe at the crook of your arms. Breathing into the back body, slowing down the breath. Again, relax into that little cross of your arms, into that universe. Feeling the surrender. Allowing the belly to sink, allow the heart to sink, allow the arms to stretch. Feel that skin between the back spread, like wings. And then here, give yourself a generous hug. Give yourself a tight squeeze. Pat yourself on the back for getting out of bed this morning and getting on the mat. And then here, placing the palms back underneath, elbows back underneath into Sphinx. You're looking over your right shoulder. You can have your left arm in front just to give yourself a little bit of support. We're gonna take your right hand and grab that right foot, pull it toward that right outer hip. Giving that nice leg stretch here for those quads. So this is half Mandukasana, Ardha Mandukasana, so half frog pose. You can either have your hands pulling the toes closer toward the ground, or you can use a strap or wrap around the ankle, pull it toward your glute, your right outer hip. Good job. And then releasing oppositely, right arm in front, taking your left hand back and grabbing your left foot. And use a strap, grab the ankle, pull it toward your left outer hip. Giving that full stretch of your quads in a different angle. You're gonna pull it toward that left outer hip. Breathing in. All right, now releasing everything, relaxing here, back in reverse Shavasana, pillow your head. Here you can shake your tailbone. You can even bend those knees, you can windshield wiper those heels, relaxing here, getting your thighs a nice massage. Good job. Resting on your chin, dropping your heels, and place the palms underneath the armpits, thumbs near the nipples, squeezing the elbows toward those ribs, pulling the ears, pulling the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale the chin up into a baby cobra. So you're just like lifting up those palms, squeezing those elbows toward the ribs, lifting up through the crown, using your belly button. Exhale back down, resting on a cheek or chin. And then relaxing back in reverse shavasana. Here you can pillow your face. You can windshield wiper your knees. You can bend those knees. Again, relaxing there. Shake your tailbone. Eventually dropping those heels. We're going to inhale back into Sphinx, elbows back underneath. Spread those fingers, spread those palms, shake the tailbone, lifting through the crown. Every time you're actually doing Sphinx, you're compressing that lower back and releasing the sciatica in your front body. There we are. I'll get some latecomers today. So allowing that Sphinx pose to release that lower back. Release and compress, actually. It's releasing your sciatica nerves out in front of your body through the femoral veins and whatnot, and it's also compressing that lower back, so it actually relieves. If you have any donuts, any disc issues, it's kind of squishing the donut back into place. Because if you're hunched over lifting things, you might squish that jelly out of the donut of your vertebral disc. So you're kind of doing the opposite, kind of pushing that jelly back into the correct vertebra. Releasing there. Here, the left arm back out in front, and then now grabbing across, taking your right hand, grab across, grabbing your left leg and pull it toward the glute. So this is a minor stretch for some people. It might be a bigger stretch. So everyone's built differently. Everyone's legs might be a little tighter or looser than some. So you're just getting that nice stretch, pulling it toward the glute. Again, if you need a strap, you can use a strap. Now swapping hands, right arm in front. So taking your left hand, grabbing across your right leg and pull it toward the glute. So not the right, instead of the outer hip, we're doing it toward the glute. So getting that full stretch of those legs. You might feel something different in your hip structure, your hip flexors. And then releasing the legs, relaxing back in reverse shavasana. There you can shake your tailbone. Now every time you do this, you're doing a mild back bend. So you're just relaxing here. Shaking the tailbone. Here, you can bend those knees and windshield wiper those heels again. Do that thigh nice massage. Coming back into that kindergarten class where we all lay on our bellies. And eventually dropping those heels, resting on your chin. Palms back underneath the armpits, thumbs near the nipples. Zipper up those toes. We're going to inhale, lift the crown up, pull the shoulders away from the ears, and gently press firmly into the mat. So you're lifting up into a medium cobra. Breathing here. And then exhale, releasing back down onto your chin. All right, now we're going to zipper up those toes. We're going to inhale, lift through the crown, and lift the heels. Coming into Shalabhasana, locust pose. So this is a gentle one. You can even lift the palms up. Here you can inhale those palms out in front like Superman. And then exhale, pull it back behind into Shalabhasana, locust pose C. You can release the zipper of those toes. And lift up through the crown. You can even bend those knees and grab the ankles and rock and roll on your pelvis. And kick out those legs. Dhanurasana, bow pose. And then exhale, releasing everything down, relaxing on one cheek. Breathing into your back. Feel your heart thump. Close your eyes. Slow down that breath. And here you can swap cheeks. Here, since we're already laying on our belly, and swap onto your left cheek, facing your right hand. You can place your right hand in front of you. Inhale, bend that right knee toward that right elbow into this Captain Morgan pose. Allowing that right hip to open. They call this crocodile pose. Breathe into your back. That texture of that mat underneath you. Close your eyes. Breathing into your back, and then imagine your heart, feeling your heart thump. Imagine your heart growing like a balloon. So your heart is growing like a balloon, bursting through the chest cavity wall, growing tendrils like a big root ball. Imagine your heart driving its roots in through past the rubber mat, past the ground, past the carpet you may be on or wood floors, breaking through the planks into the concrete and past the concrete, bearing it into the soil. All these tendrils getting nice rooting down into the center of the earth, to Mother Earth, absorbing her energy, absorbing that magma back into your body. Feeling that connection. And then here, extending your left hand out like a bird's wing, out to the left side of your body, palm facing down. Right hand, placing it in front like a push-up hand, bending that right elbow 90 degrees. We're going to exhale, roll onto your left side body. Here, if you have a block nearby, you can grab it for a pillow. Place it underneath your left ear, the option. And then you can take your right bent knee in front or behind that extended left leg. So you're going to kickstand it. Here you can take your right hand behind into a half bind. Squeeze the shoulders, open the heart up. Breathe in to your heart, squeezing the shoulder blades, opening up the heart. Here you're getting that stretch in your hips as well. And just breathing, slow, textured, gentle breaths. Just remember that Ujjayi victorious sound. And then slowly exhaling back onto your belly button, resting here back onto your chin, or reverse Shavasana, reverse corpse pose. You can shake your tailbone. You're resting onto your right cheek, facing your left hand. You can take your right hand beside your right hip and inhale that left knee toward that left elbow. So again, resting here in this very yin practice of opening up that left hip. So it's almost like tree pose, but laying down in a different plane. Slow down the breath. So feeling the texture of that mat, feeling the texture and coolness or fuzziness of the ground. Connecting with earth. And also breathing into your back body. Connecting with air, akasha, wind, vayu. You're extending that right palm out to the side, palm facing down like a bird's wing here. Left hand, push-up hand, placing in front of your face. Bend that elbow 90 degrees and exhale, roll off to your right side body. And again, if you need a block to pillow your head, you can grab one to self-adjust. You can take your left leg bent over your extended right leg. You can also do that half bind behind your back with that left arm. Again, squeeze the shoulders. Slow down the breath. Breathe into your heart. There's a nice stretch of your right shoulder. Just be attentive. Be aware of where everything stretches, where your comfort is, and then exhale, releasing back down, removing any blocks, resting back onto your chin, resting back into reverse Shavasana. We don't lay on our bellies much unless you're actually a belly sleeper, but this is nice to ground our belly down. Just relax here. Sometimes on a hurry day of getting things done, you forget to relax, especially on our belly. We're always relaxing on our back. You're inhaling the elbows back underneath. We're going to tuck your toes. You spread those fingers. You're going to actually inhale, lift the belly button into a half plank. So you're doing a forearm plank. Good job. So you're actually doing core today. Here said stretch everything. You're doing core. So breathing here. You can focus on a point in front of you. That's not moving. And then tuck and untuck your tailbone. So the more you untuck and tuck your tailbone, you're actually using the core and not stressing your body out. And now we're going to add a little bit more. We're going to exhale, drop your left hip. So you're going to rotate your belly and drop your left hip. Inhaling back up into that half plank. We're going to exhale, drop your right hip, twisting your belly. And then inhaling back up. Good job. Now exhale, drop back onto your belly button, coming back into that Sphinx pose. We're gonna try the side plank here. Left arm out in front. We're gonna lay onto your left hip. You can either stack your feet or you can stagger it, or you can even modify by bending that top knee and lifting up the hip. You can do it behind or in front. So there's all these modifications. You can stack your feet. You can stagger your feet. You can bend that top knee to lift up the hip, and then your right arm goes to the sky. So this is a little modified side plank. Good job. You're using that core again. And then exhale, drop the hip back down. So you're on that left hip, resting. Take your left hand to that left ear, resting into your skull. You can bend that top knee, grabbing that top knee. You can even bend that bottom knee if you want. This is called Vishnu's pose. Again, great for allergies. You can take your peace fingers, grab your toes. You're gonna start kicking out that leg. You can grab your toes, you can grab your ankles, and then kick out that leg. Good job. And again, you can use the straps too. And then here, you can take your left thumb, place it underneath your left nostril, and then you're blowing out and breathing in through your right nostril. So this is great for allergy season. Vishnu's pose. Blow it out really hard and quick, like so. Clears up that nasala. And then release that leg. Good job. Resting back onto your belly button. Coming back into that Sphinx. Now we're gonna go to the other side, side plank. So right arm across. We're gonna rest on your right hip. Again, you can stack your feet or stagger it, or you can bend that top knee, lift that hip up. Exhale, inhale that left arm up to the sky. So you're doing that side plank, side forearm plank. So it's a modified side plank. You're using that core. Good job. Keep breathing, keep lifting. And eventually exhale, drop onto your right hip. Rest your right hand onto your right ear. And then here you can bend that top knee, grabbing it. You can take a strap and bind it on your feet. Or you can take your peace fingers, grab your big toe, and kick out into Vishnu's pose. You can either have your bottom leg extended straight, or you can bend it, give yourself some balance. And then with your right thumb, you can place it on your right nostril. Again, breathing into your top nostril and blow everything out. Clear it out. Like a blowhorn, just like a whale. Good job. Now releasing that leg. Again, resting back onto your belly button, coming into that reverse Shavasana. Woo, that was a lot. So feeling that accomplishment of core work, and rest and digest. Lay and relax. And then blink your eyes open. Palms back underneath the armpits, thumbs near the nipples. We're gonna you can tuck your toes if you want to use your knees to help lift up, but we're coming up into to Urdhva downward moving. Urdhva, it's upward dog. I'm trying to say Ardha something. I'm trying to say Urdhva Mukha Savasana. That's what I'm trying to say. So you're gonna press the palms thumbs underneath the armpits. We're gonna inhale, lift up. And if you didn't untuck your toes, the traditional way is your toes toward the mat. You're gonna lift up through the crown and let the hips drop. If it's too much on your lower back, you can drop your knees, or you can use your tucked toes, it's up to you. So lifting up through the crown, shine your heart forward. Breathing here. Now exhale, roll over those toes, coming into downward dog. So walk the length of your whole entire mat, spread those palms, spread those fingers, feet as wide as the hips, if not wider. Here you can pedal away your heels. Your palms are as wide as the shoulders, if not wider. Here you can shake your head and nod, relaxing the neck, relaxing the skull down. Pedaling away, getting into those tight hamstrings. Here you can bend both the knees. Again, point the sit bones up, drop the forehead down, shake your head, nod. Exhale, drop the heels. Get the full stretch of those hamstrings. And then you can even sway your body side to side. If you feel like you're slippery, you can grab the sides of your mat with your hands and allow the heart and just push down your heart toward the ground. Get the full stretch. So you're pulling the ears, like pulling the elbows past the ears to get that full shoulder stretch. Good job. Now, looking between the thumbs, we're gonna bend both the knees and walk up, skip up, or hop up into a forward fold. Whew. Here, bending the knees, you can lay the belly in the lap, grab the elbows, sway side to side, just ragdolling. Let the head dangle. So anytime you're in a forward fold, you're actually allowing blood to rush, fresh blood rush to the brain, getting fresh oxygen, and allowing that spinal column, your lower lumbar, to lengthen. You might actually get taller every time you let your head dangle, as all that gravity pushes on your spine, kind of crunches that body, so you're gonna undoing it. Use your anti-gravity boots. Now releasing that interlace, inhale halfway up. So you're engaging the core, having a flat back. Good job. Hands either on your shins or knees. Pull your shoulders away from the ears. Breathing in. Anytime you're doing the Ardha Uttanasana, so half forward fold, you're using your hamstring, you're using your core, your spinal muscles, your infraspinalis, supraspinalis muscles. Exhale, forward fold, all the way back down, Uttanasana. Inhaling, sprouting the hands up to the sky. Hands together, breathing here. Nice long breath. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good job. Now inhaling, hands to the sky, you're reaching. Breathing here, tippy toes. Lift those heels. Here you can dance around. Keep reaching for the stars. Getting the full stretch of those calves. And then exhale, drop the heels. Hands to the heart. Good job. Now taking that left arm across and taking, or I'll face you, taking that left arm across, breathing here. And since I'm not mirroring you, I'm using my right arm. So getting that full shoulder stretch. Or you can even intertwine and lace up those arms into those eagle arms. And then here, inhaling, lift those elbows, breathe into the shoulders. If you can't twist, you can just let it dangle, but lift up those elbows, breathing in. And then exhale, drop those elbows, drop the forehead toward the thumbs, rock your ears left and right. And then unwind. Now opposite arm across, breathing into that right outer shoulder. So I guess the theme of the day is stretch everything, so we're stretching the shoulders. You can interlace those fingers if you want to wind and twist. You're going to inhale, lift those elbows, breathe into the back. And then exhale, drop those elbows, drop the forehead toward the thumbs, resting your forehead on the thumbs, rock your ears left and right. And allowing the neck to rest and stretch. And then unwind. Woo! Now roll the shoulders back and then roll them forward. Good job. Well, we're gonna grab our balls. So if you have your tennis ball nearby, Putting it under your right foot. We're gonna rock and roll up and down the very top and bottom to the heels. So you're doing a light pressure. And then we're gonna go medium pressure. We're gonna go into the ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderms in between. So the 3 different layers of your fascia of your entire being. Because when we were little baby zygotes, we're ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm, they all make the different organs in our body and our nervous systems. So we're kind of playing with the skin, which is the hugest organ in our body. It absorbs and protects. So we are doing a lot of nervous energy, tissue, subtle body energy with our feet too. So we're going to place the big ball under the big toe and kind of squish it gently. Roll it to the middle, all the way down to the pinky toe. So you're breaking up the fascia in your feet. There's like cuneiform, there's the different metatarsals. Now roll it onto the outer edge, the lateral edge of your feet. All the way down to the heel. And then foot reflexology, we're doing a lot with our feet too. We're squishing all the organs. And we're gonna place it, roll it into the inner arch. And if you wear shoes all day, be very gentle. It might be very sensitive. So you're just absorbing, being aware of where your sensitivities are. All the way back on to that big toe. Now into the center, to your middle toe from the very top. We're gonna roll it down the spine. Imagine there's a spine in your foot. All the way down to the center where they call it the spring of life. You can even press firmer there. So in Qigong, that is the spring of life in the center of your foot. And then when I teach surf lessons, I always point out, that's your center of your foot. Now you gotta make sure you're on the spine of the surfboard. All the way down to the heel, on that stringer, I always say. And then coming off that foot, we come into that tree pose, Tadasana, or mountain pose, tree pose, sorry. This is mountain pose, Tadasana. And then you can place the hands to the heart, Samasthihi, equal standing pose. You can lift those toes, plant them firmly into the mat. Close your eyes. Then you roll the shoulders back, tuck the tailbone, lift through the crown, and then close those eyes. Feel the energy of your foot, the difference between the right and left. You feel that subtle body energy kind of come alive in that right foot. And then blink your eyes open. Now we're going to do the left foot. We're going to rock and roll up and down, the top to bottom, the ball to the heel, like you're rolling a pizza dough. Kind of going up and down, massaging anything that might feel tingly, waking up the skin. And then from here, pressing underneath that big toe. Be gentle at first, and then you can apply more pressure. And if you hear anything crack or click, you're kind of putting things back in place. Now roll it all the way down to the pinky toe. And just be gentle. If you lose the ball, you can fetch it just like a good dog. Now roll it onto that lateral side. All the way down. Open up that fascia, tightness of your feet, all the way down to the heel. And then from here, roll it on into the inner arch. So the inside, medial side of your foot. Just be gentle. And go micro inches at a time. And then just observe any energy, any sensitivity, any tightness. And then back into the center of your foot and the middle toe. And then down the spine. Imagine there's a spine. All the way down to that Qigong, that center, the fountain of life. And press firmly. Kind of opens up like a flower. All the way down the spine, all the way down to the heel. Now come off that ball. Coming back into that Tadasana. And then hands to the heart, close those eyes. Roll the shoulders back and tuck the tailbone. Engage the core, but lift through the crown and lift those toes up, plant them firmly back into the mat. Now feel the difference. Feel that connection. They call it Pada Bandha. Pada is your foot and bond is that bond, the bond between you and the ground. So Feel that connection. Blink your eyes open and come back into the top of the mat, or actually the bottom of my mat. Inhale the arms back up to the sky, reaching. Breathing in, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. So straighten out the back, exhale, forward fold. So that was half, we're doing half sun salutations. And then inhale, arms up to the sky, reaching. Breathing in, exhale, hands together, exhale, hands to the heart. So that was a little stretch of the back. Now we're gonna lean over to your right foot. You're in good balance, shifting the weight to your right leg. Inhale that left knee up in space here. Grabbing that left knee, right hand on that right hip. You know, rock and roll, wiggle those toes, rock and roll those ankles. Focus on a point in front of you that's not moving, a dristy. Good job. Now exhale, pull that left knee out to the left side. So you're shifting your weight, shifting your pelvis. Focus on a point in front of you that's not moving. Good job. Now walking the hand down toward the ankle, place that foot into your inner thigh above the knee or below on the calf, never on that knee joint. I'm gonna face you, it's tree pose, so Vritrasana. And place it into your inner thigh above the knee or below the knee on the calf, or if it's tricky, you can kickstand it right on your ankle. As long as you're opening up that left hip. You can have your hands to the heart. Or you can have your arms, hands above your head like a Egyptian. So little different options. And then here we're going to explode the palms out into volcano pose. Sometimes you have better balance. We're going to wave the palms, waving palm pose. So it's up to you. We're just kind of balancing here. All the weight's on that one ankle. And if you fall out, you can fall back in. It's all right. Just focus on a point in front of you. Good job. Now releasing down. Here you can shake out those legs, shake out the head, and dance those hips around. Actually, since we're getting in our hips, might as well kind of open up those hips. Here, kind of rotate your neck, just rotate your skull around, nice big circles, kind of screwing on our head. And then exhale, circling the opposite way. And then coming back to neutral spine, hands on the hips. We're gonna do hip circles, open up those hips. And I actually teach this when I teach my surf lessons, because it's good to open up those hips. So you can spring on your feet when you need to. Now circling the opposite side. Good job. Now coming back to that neutral spine, coming back into that Samasthiti. Roll the shoulders back, tuck the tailbone, engage the core. So rooting down to rise through the crown. Now we're gonna lean over to your left foot. So shifting your weight to your left foot. We're gonna inhale that right knee up in space. You can grab that right knee, left hand on that left hip. There again, rock and roll your ankle and wiggle those toes. Kind of lubricate that synovial joints around. And exhale, pull that right knee out to the side. Balance here. You're going to shift your hips more. Balance and focus on a point in front of you that's not moving. Good job. Now walk the hands all the way down to the ankle again and place it into the inner thigh above the knee or below the knee on the calf. Or you can kickstand it. Focus on a point in front of you and have your hands together. Namaste on your heart. And breathe there, and then here you can raise the hand above the head like an Egyptian. You can explode the palms out like a volcano. You can wave the palms around. Sometimes you have better balance this way. Just keep focusing. Again, if you fall out, you fall back in. Good job. Now releasing everything. Here, shake it out. Sometimes we have better luck with one leg versus the other, so we're practicing with both. Now here you can start doing a little massage, spinal twist, massaging ourselves, giving yourself a little love tap, waking up the marma points, all these pressure points in our body. Whoops. So from here, coming back to the top of the mat, inhale, arms up to the sky, reaching. And then exhale, forward fold. So it's always good to do these uttanasanas. Inhale, halfway up. So half forward fold. Exhale, all the way back down into forward fold. Good job. Now hands down onto the mat. We're going to inhale, lift your left heel back. So your left heel, we call this standing splits. So keep lifting. If you need blocks, you can grab blocks to help with the hands, but you're just lifting up the back heel and lift it a little higher if you can. Good job. Now dropping that heel down, coming into that little lunge, a low lunge here. You can swing your back heel upward, drop your hips. You can walk your hands into the inside of the mat. And then here you can drop that back knee, untuck the back toes. Inhale through the crown, let the hips drop. Good job. Now dropping onto your forearms, coming onto your elbows, coming into low lizard here. Again, if you need blocks to place underneath your elbows, you're welcome to elevate. Roll the sole of your right foot. So allowing the hip to open more. Breathing in. Here, if you want a little bit more leg stretch, because we've been doing leg stretches earlier, look over your right shoulder. You take your right hand and grab your back foot. Pull it toward the glute. Drop the hips. So allows less pressure on that left knee. But if you can't wrap that strap around and pull the foot, you're just gonna modify. You can always opt out. And it just gets into those frog legs more. Good job. And then releasing everything. Hands back down onto the mat. Now we're gonna straighten out that front knee. Point the right toes up. So you're flexing your foot. You can move the heel or out to the side to give yourself a little balance. Hands on the hips, making sure your hips are square. We're going to inhale through the crown. I'm going to exhale, forward fold, hands out to either side of the body. You can use blocks as well to help elevate. Inhale through the crown, keeping the toes pointed, keeping that front knee straight. If you're bending, you can sit back onto your back heel and just forward fold over that knee. You're getting that full attention to your right hamstring. This is called half splits, Ardha Hanumasana. So Ardha means half, Hunama was the monkey king. So this is a monkey king pose. So again, inhale through the crown, and then exhale, we can walk those hands out. Bowing down, but it's not how deep you go or your forehead touches the knee. It's all about hinging at the hips and pulling the right sit bone back in space. So breathing in here. Good job. Now we're gonna inhale, walk the hands back up to the hips, and then take that right leg out to this side. So I'm gonna face you guys. I don't know if it's mirrored, hopefully. So you're gonna have your right leg out to this side, hands on the hips, squaring the hips. We're coming into Parangasana, so gate pose. Inhale that left arm up to the sky, reaching, breathing. Exhale, drop that right hand down to that right ankle, left hand over the ears. Turn the heart up to the sky. So Parangasana, so keep breathing, inhaling to reach. Exhale, dropping a little bit more like a rainbow, so that top hand might eventually go down to that bottom ankle someday. You're getting the side stretch, the lateral stretches, the lengthening of the torso. And then inhaling back up. Good job. Bending both knees. And if you need to double up on the mat for your knees, you can. That's an option like so. And then hands on the hips. So your knees are as wide as the hips, if not wider. You can even put a block between to squeeze to give you a bit more stability. We're going to come into camel. You can tuck your toes. That's an option too. Or you can also use blocks on the sides. So depending on what modifications you need, we're just gonna go easy for right now. So we're gonna either ball up your hands and fists to support that lower back, or you can support it with your fingers pointed downward. We're gonna inhale, chin up to the sky, drop the head back into the trapezius. Exhale, press the hips forward. Breathe into your front body. This is that camel pose. And slowly, slowly inhaling back up. So if you want to do that again to get that full front body stretch, you can. If you want to go a little deeper, And mind you, you can always rewind back to where you feel comfortable. So I'm gonna take you there. So supporting your lower back, we're gonna inhale, chin up, and then exhale, drop the head back, and then press the hips forward, breathing your front body. If you wanna crawl your right hand down to that right heel and drop that left heel, that left hand to that left heel, breathe into your front body, press the hips forward. Again, if you have your feet tucked or you can use blocks, it's up to you. It says Ustrasana, camel pose. Rewinding everything, coming back up. Good job. I know my mom can do that stretch better than I can. She has like the shoulders range of motion. If you have tight shoulders, it's a little bit more difficult, and it's always good to modify. Now, taking your left leg out to the side. So I'm gonna face you guys. Left leg, we're gonna come into that gate pose again. Inhale that right arm up to the sky, breathing in. Exhale, dropping that left hand down to that left ankle, top hand over the ears. Again, turn the heart up to the sky, breathe in. Every time you're breathing in, keep reaching. Every exhale, go a little deeper. Good job. And then, oops. And then slowly, slowly inhaling back up. Good job. Now taking that left leg out and place it in front of you. So I'm going to face this way again, coming into that half Uttamassana pose, half monkey king pose. Hands on the hips. If you feel a little teeter-totter, you can move that left heel out to the left side of the mat some more. And again, if you need blocks nearby, you can grab them nearby if you need to, and place them beside the hips. So hands on the hips, inhale through the crown, they'll lengthen through the torso here. Exhale, forward fold. Here you can use those blocks to help you walk, but keeping the front knee straight, pointing the toes up to flex that heel, flex the foot. It protects the knee. So inhale through the crown. Breathing here. Exhale, walking out those hands some more. Bowing down. Pulling that left sit bone back in space. So you're going to feel that hamstring. So if it's tight, if you have tight hamstrings, if you can keep on bending that front knee, you can again sit back on that back heel. Breathe in, exhale, forward fold over that left knee. It's not about how deep you go, where your head touches your knee. It's all about hinging at the hips again. So you're feeling the stretch in your left hamstring. Good job. Now bend that front knee again. Walk the hands back inside and untuck the back toes. Coming into that high lizard. Drop the hips. Inhale through the crown. And open up those hips. And then exhale, you can drop onto your elbows or drop your elbows onto blocks. It's up to you. Coming into low lizard. You can roll the sole of your left foot. Good job. Breathe into your back. And again, if you want a little bit more stretch of your frog legs, you can look over your left shoulder. You take your left hand and grab the back of your foot and pull the heel toward in your glutes, dropping the hips. And allow the hips to drop. It doesn't put so much pressure on the knee. It's a good stretch of the psoas muscle in your legs, these hip flexors. And then releasing everything. Good job. Palms back under. Pulling that left knee back into all fours. Spreading those palms, spreading those fingers. Tuck the tailbone, engage the core, pull the ears away from the shoulders. So your palms are underneath, spread those fingers, knees underneath the hips. Coming into table, having a flat back. So this is your nice sturdy, you're using your spinal muscles again. Believe it or not, this is your core muscles, your infraspinalis, supraspinalis of your spine. Focus on a point in front of you that's not moving. So imagine having your breakfast on your back with your whole entire family. So you're going to place all the plates on your back. So imagine all these plates added to your back. And then now you're going to add glasses of water. Everyone's got to get a glass of water first thing in the morning. And then you're going to add another glass for orange juice because it's breakfast. Oh, and then don't forget a mug of coffee for everyone. So you're engaging the core, you're focusing on a point, your back is getting stronger. So imagine holding all that weight in your back and it's getting stronger. Now you can relax. We're going to add pancakes onto your back. You're focusing on a point. Good job. Now we're going to focus on the point on the ground and inhale that right arm out in front, breathing in. So stretching out your right limb. So this is your tri-tip pose. We're going to go Vidalasana, Shalasana. This is your bird dog pose as well in Sanskrit. But you're focusing on a point in front of you, lifting up your right limb. Now inhale that left limb back. So balancing here, spinal balance. Focus on a point. Now inhale, lift the limbs higher. Good job. Now exhale, bend that right elbow and that left knee. Make them touch, caving in the spine. Breathing in. Inhale the limbs back out in front and reach. Good job. Taking that right hand and grab that back heel, back foot and kicking out that leg. Get that full stretch of those legs. Balance here in this lean beef pose. Two-legged cow pose, I like it. And then release everything back down into Balasana Child's pose. Resting there. Whoo. And when you say you want to stretch everything, we haven't done the neck. We will do the neck. Take that time to breathe into your back. Slow it down. And then here, inhaling back up into all fours, spread the palms, spread those fingers, engage the core, having a flat back. Focus on a point in front of you. We're going to inhale that left arm out in front. Balancing here, shifting that weight. Now inhale that right leg back. So pointing and shooting the energy from your heart out through your limbs, out through the fingertips, out to the toes. We're going to inhale, lift the limbs higher. Keep breathing. Now we're going to exhale, bend that left elbow and knee. Make them touch, cave in the spine. Breathing in. Nice and slow. The slower you go, the more core you're using. Inhaling the arms back out in front. Lifting. Breathing. Good job. Now you're going to take your left hand, grab that back foot and kick out that leg. Full stretch of your legs. Balancing your lean beef pose, your two-legged pose. And then releasing everything. Drawing back into Balasana. Child's pose. Woo! Breathing here. Again, inhaling, reaching the palms. You're going to exhale, walk the hands all the way to your far left, grabbing that left hand with the right. Breathe into your right armpit. And inhaling back toward the center, reaching. Exhale, walk the hands all the way to your right. Grab that right hand with the left. Breathe into your left armpit. Inhaling back toward the center and then inhaling, pressing up into hero's pose. So you're sitting on your heels and your knees together. You can have your hands back behind. We're going to drop the head into the trapezius and inhale, lift the hips up. Breathe into the front body. And then exhale, drop your tailbone backing down, sitting back onto your heels. Good job. Now, since I'm going to face you, we're going to do a little neck exercise. So taking your right hand, grabbing your left temple, you can either relax your left hand onto the lap or you can drop it down to the side. Getting a little neck stretch in. And we can wrap that back hand behind. Breathe in. Close your eyes. Slow down the breath. And here, unwinding. Now we're going to come off your heels. We're going to tuck your toes, kind of open up those arches. And rest onto your heels again. Now we're going to take your left hand, grab your right temple. And again, rest your right hand on the thigh or point it toward the ground. And close your eyes, feel for the stretches of your neck and your feet. You can even wrap that bottom hand behind. And then slowly, slowly, just feel for that stretch. And then unwinding, coming off your toes. Give your toes a nice gentle massage. A little tap against the ground. Now crossing your ankles, coming into a seated position. Either Sukhasana, where ankles cross like Indian style, or Siddhasana, where one ankle's in front of the other. Or you can do half lotus, where your heel is in the crease of your hips, or a full lotus, it's up to you. Get that whole, as long as your knees are downward, your hips a little higher, opens up and rotates that pelvis. And again, you can also use the mat to tip the pelvis forward or a block or a blanket. Now we're gonna do Shavasana, Nadi. So taking your right hand, having your middle finger or your pointer finger onto your third eye. Again, this is great for allergies because you're blowing out in and out from one nostril. So you're just breathing normal, close your eyes. And then plugging your, let me see, you're gonna plug your left nostril. We're gonna breathe in through your right. Exhaling through the right. Just getting relaxed and used to breathing through one nostril. Now we're gonna plug both the nostril with your thumb on that right nostril and keep holding. Then exhale through your left nostril. Inhale through the left nostril. Plug them both up. Exhale through the right nostril. Inhale through the right nostril. Hold it. Exhale through the left. And then inhale through the left. Hold it. Exhale through the right. And then releasing the palms out. Now inhale, arms up to the sky, reaching. Exhale, forward, fold hands out in front. Inhale through the crown. Exhale, walk those hands out. Breathe into the back. All about hinging into the hips. Slowing down the breath. Again, it's not how deep you go, it's all about hinging of the hips. So breathe in. And slowly, slowly, if you want a little side stretch, you can exhale, walk the hands all the way to your far left. Grab that left hand, breathe into your right lung. Inhaling back toward the center, inhale, reaching. Exhale, walk the hands all the way to your far right. Grab that right hand with the left, breathe into your left lung. Inhaling back toward the center, inhaling, pressing back up. Good job. Now uncross, cross the opposite way. So just noticing you're pulling the flesh out from the back side, noticing the difference of the leg crossing. So inhale, arms up to the sky, reaching, breathing in, exhale, forward fold, hands out in front, inhale, lengthen through the crown, exhale, walk those hands out, hinging at the hips. And breathe into the back. So every breath, come out of that pose slightly. Exhale, walk those hands out some more. And if you want a little bit more side stretch, you can exhale, walk the hands all the way to your far left. Grab the left hand with the right. Breathe into your right lung. Inhaling back toward the center, inhaling, reaching. Exhale, walk the hands all the way to your far right. Grab that right hand with the left. Breathe into your left lung. Inhaling back toward the center, inhaling, pressing back up. Inhale, arms up to the sky, reaching. Look toward the thumbs, relax the throat, breathe in. And then exhale, grabbing that right knee with the left hand, back hand behind. Inhale, tall. Exhale, twisting, looking back beyond your right shoulder. A little thoracic twist, maybe a belly twist. Inhale, tall. Exhale, looking forward, counter twist with the neck. And then releasing. Inhale, arms up, nice and long. Breathing here. Exhale, dropping your right hand down to the ground, top hand over like a rainbow. Turn the heart up to the sky. Good job. Inhaling back up. Now, we can do a little thing where this is more of a shoulder stretch. You can take your left palm facing down underneath your left knee. So I want the ankle by the camera a little bit more. So left knee, right hand beside here. We're gonna exhale. Breathe in, nice long breath. Exhale, dropping your left shoulder down toward that right knee, or your chin toward that right knee. And it might not go that far, but you're getting that full stretch of your back and side. Maybe your nose and the knee eventually. Let the gravity invite you down. Hopefully getting a full stretch of the side body and back. We're slowly inhaling up. Good job. Now uncross, cross the opposite way. Now pull the sit bones out of the way, the flesh out of the butt. We're gonna inhale, arms up to the sky, reach, look toward the thumbs, relax the throat, breathe in through those fingertips. And then exhale, grabbing that left knee with that right hand, back hand behind. Inhale, tall. Exhale, look over your left shoulder, twisting your thoracic, maybe your torso, your belly. A full stretch of the back. Inhale, tall. Exhale, looking forward. Counter twist with the neck. Good job. Now releasing, hands up. Inhaling it to the sky, breathing in. Exhale, dropping to your left hand side, top hand over and stretching. Breathing into your side body. Good job. Inhaling back up. Now taking that right hand, place it underneath your right knee, left hand out to the side. You can help turn and twist. Drop your forehead or nose toward that left knee. So you feel that side torso get that nice stretch if you can. Allow gravity to invite you down. Good job. Now inhaling back up. Now taking the feet together. Interlace those fingers. Pull the heels in toward the groin. Inhale nice and tall. Here you can even wiggle those knees. Open up those hips more. Now warm up those hips. Like almost like a butterfly. Do you feel like a butterfly? Inhale tall. And then exhale forward fold. You can bend those elbows. Allow the heart to drop. Breathe into the back. Exhaling, allowing the heart to drop. Baddha Konasana, bound ankle pose, or cobbler pose. So breathing into the back, allow the heart to drop. And slowly inhaling up. Taking the thumb, shoving into the insides of your feet, wrapping your fingers around the tops of the feet, and then elbows into the inner thighs. Open up your foot like a book. So you're rotating it, seeing if you can open it like a book. If you have your socks on, you might see your sock toes. But if you have your soles of your feet bare, look at your sole lines. So you can read where your feet are going to go next. We're going to give a nice massage, squishing the top of the feet, the toes, the big toes, squishing the second, ringing the third, and the ring toe, and then the pinky. And then massaging and ringing the second metatarsal. Getting your foot reflexology here. And then using your thumbs, massaging the top of your feet, the ball of your feet. So in reflexology, this would be your lungs. Nice big circles, and then into the center where the lungs are, that would be a little below, a little where your heart is. That would be actually the spring of life, technically. And then either side, you got your liver and pancreas, so squishing either side. And then a little, imagine there's a spine a little lower. Either side is the kidneys. So squishing the kidneys. And then big, big circles. This would be also the spring of life. The GI tract. So big circles, massaging the center of your foot. All the way down the spine. And then big circles all the way down to the heel. It went from your knees to the feet of your feet. And then inhaling back up. We're going to come into Shavasana. So grabbing the back of the hamstrings, you can walk your sit bones either up. We're going to engage the core. We're going to exhale one vertebrae nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time. Or you can grab your mat to the local real estate along your wall for legs up the wall. Or grabbing your blanket nearby. You can gown up. Slowing down the breath and close those eyes. Palms facing up, relax the shoulders. Let the feet flop out. So relax the throat, let your lungs fill up. Breathe into the floor as if they were part of the lungs. And allow those eyeballs to sink into the eye sockets. Allow your tongue to relax. And move around the jaw until they feel rested, and just relax the jaw. Relax those earlobes, and your forehead relax. And relax across the shoulders. Allow your heartstrings to relax. Allow your heart to drop. Relaxing your belly button. Allow all the visceral organs to drop. Releasing those legs out. Let the legs splay out. Relax the glutes, the back of the knees. Calves. Let the heels get heavier. Relax everything in your body. Let it all melt. Practicing surrendering. Swagyaga. Yoga Sutra 1.1 is, here is yoga. This is yoga. Patanjali's Sutras 1.2 is, yoga is the stopping of the fluctuations and modifications of the mind. Let your body gets adjusted. Allows the mind to flutter away, push all the fluctuations. Let's the mind rest. Breathe in as if you know that you're breathing in. And breathe out, knowing that you're breathing out. Discrimination is a knife edge of intellect, separating true from false, reality from unreality, using memory in such a way that past consequences are factored into our choices and decisions. We can see consequences. We're not caught in the trap of apparent pain versus apparent pleasure. Discrimination is about making meaningful comparisons, such as, how does my practice compare with that of yesterday? Or how does the stretch of my left leg compare with my right? You may well find the right leg is asleep. Initially, this is a process of trial and error. Later, we can learn to avoid error. In headstand pose, for example, something that might usually go wrong is the upper arm shortens. Memory warns us to be careful before that happens. In this way, we break down bad habits. This is useful discrimination that awakens awareness. Awareness working with discrimination and memory encourages the creative mind, not a mechanical one. The mechanical mind questions only external phenomena, treating the world like a giant machine and resulting in objective knowledge. Objective knowledge, I mean knowledge of the world around us. This can be useful or dangerous, depending on how you use it. Comparing your neighbor's new car to your old one may lead to jealousy and covetousness. It might lead you to appreciate that his is safer or causes less pollution. But what I call the creative brain calls into question both the outer and inner, leading us to subjective and spiritual knowledge. By subjective knowledge, I mean knowledge of oneself from the skin inward. Take the example of your neighbor's car. If you have understood that pollution is undesirable, you will not want to pollute the atmosphere outer or pollute yourself inner. So creative reaction might be to change your car. When awareness is linked to intelligence, we are able to see with absolute honesty. When brain and body move in harmony, there is integrity. Memory supports this process because when memory functions perfectly, it becomes one with intelligence. By transferring its allegiance from the pleasure-seeking mind to the discerning intelligence, memory no longer digs pits of old habits for us to fall into, but become our true guru by guiding us toward perfect knowledge and behavior. Wiggling your toes and your fingers. And then keep your eyes closed. You can shake your head left and right. And when you're ready, you can pull your knees into your heart and you can rock left and right like a boiled egg. Massage the side bodies. And when you're ready, you can fall to your favorite side and pillow your face. You can take 2 deep breaths there. Rest. And when you're ready, you can press up into a seated position.